With us right now, Tigran Nazaryan. Tigran, you started a pretty cool company. It's called 10Web. You're found on the web at 10web.io. You're the co-founder and CEO. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Josh, for the invitation.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so listen, a lot of great business owners listen to this program. We are always looking for ways to improve our web presence. Certainly we want Google to like us. We want to rank well. We want to make sure we have a great user experience for our website visitors. And so you've created, explain what 10Web is. Tell me what you've created here.
Yeah, 10Web is a platform for hosting, building, optimizing, and managing websites. It's an automated WordPress platform. So this is only for WordPress websites. And it is powered by Google Cloud. So our hosting is cloud hosting. And it implements AI, artificial intelligence algorithms to create websites automatically. And also we provide automatic 90+ Google PageSpeed score for mobile optimization. So it means that websites hosted on our platform are automatically rank higher. They have great conversion and better ranking.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about why Google values page speed so much, and does it really impact rankings and so forth?
Yeah, Google values page speed, and also the algorithms of Google, they drive the innovation, I would say. So by setting high standard for website load speed, Google basically enforces websites to become faster, and which is really very good for all of us.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say I'm running my website on WordPress. Why is your solution, why is 10Web a better solution than just normal website running on WordPress, running on a typical web host?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, first thing is that typical web host, it's shared hosting. Like majority of websites in the world, they are hosted on shared hostings. But we know that this type of hostings are really slow. They do not perform well. They are not up to date in a sense that this technology was built thousands of years ago, but still it powers the majority of websites. While on the other hand, there is a much better alternative with cloud hosting providers like Google, AWS, or Azure Cloud. So this is a better type of technology, and this is first thing we solved. I mean, our platform is built on Google Cloud, which is top level technology. So this is better hosting?
Yeah. Why is that better than just like a regular host, like GoDaddy or Bluehost or WP? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what some of the real popular hosts out there. Yeah. I'm not sure I understand the difference.
Yeah, actually, from among the list you said, WP Engine is good hosting. It's also cloud hosting.
Yeah, WP. Yeah, I agree. So I use I have managed care through the, and I gotta tell you, moving from, I'm not gonna call them out because I don't want to, but one of the ones that I mentioned earlier, we moved up my influence from that one to through our managed care, WP Expert. Huge difference. And it sounds like you can explain why that's the case. Along with, exactly. And again, 10Web does the same thing. Tell me what you're doing different than all of these shared hosting solutions are doing.
Yeah, what we do differently. First thing is that shared hosting, it means that computing resources, the hardware website makes use of, is shared with other websites. So basically there is limitation, and it's not caused by the traffic or load of the current website, but other websites. So if another website has high load or is under attack, this system is not stable, and other websites suffer as well. So that's the principal limitation of shared hosting. And the fact that hosting is shared between several websites, it means that you cannot customize its configuration to your own need, because it should be the same configuration that other websites have, because you share the same configuration with them. That's why it is quite limiting technology, and it is mostly used on cheap, as cheap hosting, not performing well hosting.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that our solution, it has almost similar price. So for example, an average shared hosting, it costs something between $5–10 per month. Our solution is $10 per month. So what does it mean? Actually, much better technologies are available, but people continue to use the old technology and they make huge profit on that.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm on your website, and the thing that just is blowing my mind, automated 90+ page speed optimization. So you don't have to explain like I'm 5, but maybe, I kind of know the basics of WordPress. I've certainly can, install my own plugins and make some maybe minor customizations, that sort of thing. But what's going on under the hood? Like, how are you able to help produce a 90+ page speed on delivery?
Yeah, that's quite technically challenging thing. So if someone wants to optimize website to reach 90+ page speed score, it means that a lot of stuff should be done under the hood. I mean, optimization of images, minification, compression of styles and scripts, and all the other resources that web page makes use of. And also some other stuff should be done on server side. I mean, caching, optimization of requests to database, and another bunch of things should be done on front end. I mean, like making resources loading using lazy load technology. I mean, this is when you open the page and there are images which are not on the visible part of the page, but somewhere below.
Yeah, don't bother loading them. Yeah,
don't load them.
Load them later.
Right.
I agree.
So technically, all this is quite challenging, and usually it's being done by making use of plugins, but they are quite limiting plugins. I mean, but if you have hosting, you have whole technology stack under your control, you can do much better than just by optimizing using plugins. So this is why our technology is performing so well, because we have both hosting, we have both plugins, and all the necessary components which should make their input into the page speed optimization. The whole number of these technologies and tips and tricks is around 20. So 20 different tricks and technologies are work together to provide 90+ page speed score.
Yeah, I'm going to how we achieve a 90+ page speed score automatically. So you can actually go to 10Web, it's 10web.io. You can click on the automated WordPress page speed optimization link, and so your page goes through and it explains image lazy load, font swap, video lazy load, JS minification. So it's really nice. I like that you kind of explain everything here. And is it possible to use your plugin is just kind of baked into the hosting? You can't buy the plugin separately, can you?
No, this is provided as a part of the hosting and whole platform.
All right, excellent. Okay, well, I'm on your website right now. I see some different options in terms of pricing. I see, ranging from 14 all the way up if you're an agency to $85 a month. Let's talk about that for a second, because I know that there are a lot of agency owners that are also listen to this show. Okay, so I've got a web design agency or web, I provide web hosting. Why would you be a great partner to work with if I'm an agency?
That's a great question.
I thought you'd like
agencies,
it.
For agencies, building a website, it's they want to scale that business. I mean, spend less time and do more. So an average website launch and creation from A to Z takes around 5 weeks, even for agencies. So, and this is time-consuming process, but a lot of stuff there can be automated. And the same optimization, usually people do it manually by tuning different parts of components and finding optimal configuration. This is time-consuming, and this is technically quite challenging as well. Our solution, it is automatic in a sense that you don't need to do anything. You just turn on, it works. So here we save a lot of time. Another part when agency typically saves time and efforts is creation of website. This is another technology we created, AI site builder. Instead of like coding or even drag and dropping widgets and building whole pages, you just can create a whole website with several pages in a couple of minutes. And if you don't like it, if you see something different from what you expected, you can tune it to your needs. This is also second area where an agency save time. And the third thing is that if you have a lot of websites, you need to manage them in some way.
Yeah.
Especially if there are hundreds of websites. For a medium agency, it's quite possible that they have more than hundreds of websites. If they build, let's say, several websites per month, so they end up with more than 100 websites after a couple of years. And it's very important to automate maintenance. What is it? What is maintenance? It's first updates. WordPress is core WordPress, plugins, and other components, which should always stay up to date for providing better performance and better security. So this update should be automatic. No need to spend time for manual updating hundreds of websites. Same for backups, for security scans. Although this process is time consuming and there is no need to do anything automatically. Just it should be anything to do manually. It should be automated. So this is why 10Web is a great solution for web agencies and developers.
Excellent. Tigran, if I want to, like if you're looking in, maybe what's going on in the kind of the web hosting world or what Google is wanting, are there any things that we should be paying attention to, maybe from a security standpoint, maybe from just design standards or back-end standards? Is there anything that we should be mindful of as website owners?
Oh, that's quite a broad question. Perhaps I would say about an interesting fact that a lot of websites and the majority of websites are built by professionals. I mean, the approach of do-it-yourself, it doesn't always work. And top websites are always built by professionals. So this is important insight, because the website building and site hosting and all these technologies are quite complicated now. I mean, a lot of things should be taken into account, the same SEO, the performance optimization, and the experience shows that still the majority of websites are built using professionals. And perhaps it was not the vision 10 years ago. Many people thought that we can build website by ourselves, and they can, of course they can. But the reality works another way. It's better to handle that to developers. This is first trend and important thing, insight about whole industry, I can say. Another thing perhaps is that WordPress, a lot of people consider it as not being cool, because WordPress was built in early 2000s and it's more than around 15 years, I guess. So a lot of people think that it is not cool. And there are better options like Wix and other site building platforms, which are really great. But
yeah,
the reality is that WordPress market share is growing. So what does it mean? It means that the simple do-it-yourself approach for websites, it's quite limited. And to have really good functional websites, you need a lot of components, and WordPress is a great platform for that. It's open source, it has a huge community, an ecosystem of dozens of thousands plugins and templates. So this is a great thing that is growing. Yeah, I would say these two insights. And it is secure, by the way. A lot of people think that WordPress is not secure, but the fact that it is open source, it contributes really well for providing its security. Why? Because developers can see what is there inside its code, and more feedback is provided. The problem happens when you don't keep all this stuff up to date and you keep vulnerable components or plugins, or your WordPress is vulnerable because it's not up to date.
Excellent. Hey, so first off, congratulations. 10Web, I just saw your Instagram post, raised $2 million through Sierra Ventures and AI Fund. So congratulations on that. How'd you make that happen?
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, it's just brand new news. You saw. Yeah, we raised it a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
This is our seed round. How did we make it? We have great team first. And second, we have great product based on the technology and cutting edge technology, such as machine learning and artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. So one of the VCs is AI Fund. VC, which the name suggests, invest in AI companies. So they appreciate the possibility to have a great platform which will power millions of websites and will automate site building process. That's why we raised with them.
Excellent. All right. Well, your website, 10web.io, that's 10web.io, achieve a 90 or higher on Google page speed. I love it, Tigran. That's a great major call to action. Great. Awesome. Tigran, thank you so much for joining us. Anything else? If someone goes to your website, what would you recommend that they do, check out, engage?
If you don't have WordPress website, but have another website, let's say we build with Wix or Webflow, try our AI Builder. It will convert your Wix website to WordPress website. And if you have WordPress websites hosted somewhere else, check its page speed score and create a copy of it on 10Web. You can just do it by one click. And check page speed score of its copy hosted on 10Web, and you'll see the difference.
All right, fantastic. All right, 10web.io. Tigran Nazaryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Josh.